We haven't dropped any packets, so I'm going to say we're live. Welcome to Done Deal.
I'm trying to see if we're live.
What?
Yes, we
You
are.
don't
We're
believe
live.
me?
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to make sure because Vapors TV has been a little weird. No, no special guest. Smokey has left the building. Smokey just took off. If he didn't leave, he would have gotten bitched out by his woman. Oh, so what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I'm yawning. The moment we go live, but it's been it's been a while since I had to do two shows. So the time is 1 a.m. my time, and we're done.
Hello, everyone. I'm just catching up in chat. Hi, hi, hi. And I'm Thumper 70. I'm confused. Hi, and what's up to you as well? Oh, Nitro needs a new evil. Okay, I don't even know how to say that, but I know what you mean. It's yeah. Okay, sure thing. The little thing in. I don't understand what you're getting at, but you're scaring me a little bit.
Well, I think every girl should know what their uvula is.
Well, I didn't say I didn't know what it was. I said I couldn't imagine why Nitro needed a new one.
As he said, his is swollen.
Oh, oh, okay. I follow. Alrighty.
No, somebody says my volume is low. Can you guys hear me?
I don't know if I can even do much about that. I can try to turn you up in the Hangout.
Hold on a second. Let me mute the room and hear myself live.
Oh, I'm really loud tonight. I can bring me down.
Test, 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 test.
Sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
Okay, well, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it together over here.
Alrighty.
So, welcome to Done Deal, VaporJoe's Live, where we give you the week's deals and steals. Probably now we're gonna have to do 2 months worth of deals and steals. So we're gonna be on until about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Or or
Uh,
or
so,
not quite. Um,
so let's do some vape mail. We'll start with you, Tiger, because I didn't get much this week.
well, you know what arrived here. A prize that will go out for a vape meet in Edmonton at River City Vapes. So thanks for shipping that through. And of course, this beautiful blue baby. This is now, earlier today I would have said Tatro mod, but since then I have learned that the correct pronunciation, I'm going to see if I can get that to focus nicely for you guys. That's pretty good. Is Tatro. That's Tatro mods. And this is a lovely little regulated device. I needed some education to get it figured out. I haven't had a lot of experience, a lot of use with the SX. Now, this is 330, Joe. This is a SX 330 or 350. I'm still fuzzy
350.
on the numbers. 350.
350.
Okay, so it reflects the wattage because this is a 50-watt box, and the way it, you actually motion set things and use the motion to set it. But once we got through that, I've been really impressed with it. Nicely put together, nicely finished inside, and I like the action of the button. It's a really decent vape.
Yeah, where's mine? I think mine is. I think I left mine in a John.
Were you
on the
visiting,
count.
Joe?
No. And in my place, I have mods in every room. I'll have one in each bathroom, one at the kitchen, one at the where the stove is, like two in the car, like, and I always forget where the hell I put them.
Is that what you want?
What's that?
Oh, they were telling me to do the variable wattage wiggle, so I did that.
Oh, yeah. It's a sturdy mod. It's probably one of my favorite. But I left the green Tatro, in one of my bathrooms. Not sure. I think they're in one of them. I was shaving or something. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Oh,
Unless you guys are really, really persuasive and Joe is in a very giving mood, there will be no twerking on this show.
well, Tiger, you could twerk.
No, that's what I'm saying. Their only option is
Tiger,
you.
I'm very giving, and I'm allowing Tiger to twerk live on the show.
Oh, and that is not what I meant by giving.
Why? I'm giving permission for my girlfriend to twerk.
I'm gonna go pass.
You gonna piff that one?
Yeah, I'd like to pay that one forward.
Oh, sorry. Everybody's saying you're not allowed to. This isn't ethical.
Vaporhead's got it covered. He's going to work in the morning.
Oh,
No, Big Dam, this is not orange. I know it looks orange-ish, and trust me, it's just the lighting. It is definitely a dark, bright, like vivid coral. I just, orange, I just can't do. This is the
I'm wearing orange.
closest I can get. Yeah, well, you can do it.
Looks orange to me.
Wow. Salmon. No, it's not salmon. Well, actually, you know, maybe a little. Just like really. Okay, we're getting lost on colors. How about some vape mail in New Jersey, Joe?
uh, sorry. Uncontrollable yawning here for some reason. I got some juice from Vape This, and for those of you who haven't seen this yet, I'm sure you have seen it 100 bajillion times, but I'll bring it up anyway. This is called the e-grip. What this is is basically an eye stick with a built-in tank system. So it reminds me of like an eye stick meets the build box and had a baby. It's a bottom coil clearomizer. The kind of cool thing about this is you fill it here. There's a little opening there, and you fill it. It's got a little gasket in there, and it fills the tank. And you change the head here on the bottom, the little slot. Made by Joytech. This 20-watt device. Small, teeny tiny. I mean, I could palm this whole thing on my hand. You basically can only see like a sliver of the if you can even see a sliver of the drip tip on this. It's like a bro piston. You can't even see what's in there. But great device. How bad does it leak if you take out the AFC screw? What's the AFC screw?
Airflow control.
Oh, sorry. I haven't adjusted the airflow control screw. I actually like it the way it is. I just leave it alone the way it is, but this really needs to be filled because I'm getting some nasty dry heads right now.
Vapeinator wants to know, can you rebuild the head?
Not that I'm aware of. These are Joytech proprietary heads. I haven't, you got to remember, the more advanced these fill-in vapes get, the less likely you are to rebuild the heads because they're starting to bring in ceramic cups and all kinds of stuff, and it's getting a little harder to rebuild these things. But an answer to that problem is coming our way. We'll be talking a little bit about that during the show. called the Kanger Sub Tank. Now, Tiger, did you get a
Okay.
chance to check that out?
Did I get a chance to what?
Check out this Kanger Sub Tank that I had up on my blog?
No, I didn't, Joe, today. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you will be shocked and amazed at this. So why don't we talk about this now and get it out of the way?
All right, let's do it.
Well, if you go to my website, Tiger, if you go to my site, I'm sure you know the
As
name of
I
it.
as I
It's called,
often do.
it's called VaporJoe's.
Uh,
Third post down. If you go to the third post down,
all
it's
right.
called Meet the Sub Tank by Kanger, replaceable head or RBA head. Now, what Kanger has done.
I did see this. Hurry.
I knew you did. For those of you who haven't seen this, basically, this is the answer to the Aspire Atlantis. Now, basically, Kanger and Aspire have come out with two new tanks that take 0.5 ohm replaceable heads. Okay, Kanger went a step further and said, okay, what we're going to do is we're also going to allow you to add a head to this that is a pure rebuildable. So basically, you won't have to rebuild these heads. You're going to have a rebuildable atomizer, if you choose to be put inside this tank. So now the film and vape community and the rebuildable community can enjoy this tank.
Vape-tastic Jim, I couldn't agree with you more. Says it's about time somebody did this.
Right. And as I put in the post, it seems like a simple idea, but it's a revolutionary idea because nobody's done it.
That's right.
It's in front of our eyes forever, and nobody's done it. Now, most people would think that's a bad idea because it prevents them from making money for the rebuildable heads. I agree and I disagree, because what happens is it's like selling a K fund. Once you sell the K fund, you don't get any more money from the rebuildable heads. You sell the K fund, and that's the end of the story. So you're going to get best of both worlds now here. You're going to go and you're going to get somebody who the K fund crowd who will buy this, and then you'll have the film vape crowd. And I will be buying this for the film vape. I'm not going to be using the RBA, but there'll be plenty of people who do. The only problem I'm starting to have with this is not for people that are in this room. Most of us know how to handle sub-ohm batteries, but the Atlantis and the sub-tank come out of the box at 0.5 ohm. There's no 1.8 ohm, 2 ohm. They come out of the box at a half ohm, which could technically be a problem for some new vapors. You can't use this on an Ego. You can't use this on a Pro Barry. You can't use this on a Vamo. You can't use this on a Lava Tube. And for those people who do want to pop it, but you definitely could use it on a mechanical. You definitely could use this on an unregulated device. The problem is if you're going to run this on an unregulated device, you better have the proper battery. You put a 10 amp battery on there, you might have a problem. You put on a an AWIMR, you may have a problem. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I find a little. It's a really advanced device. People may look at this and go, "Oh, it's Kanger, it's easy." I have a Pro Tank, I have an Aero Tank. This is not an Aero Tank. This is not a Pro Tank.
Hopefully, vendors will, caution people accordingly in the brick and mortar, but the online community just have to educate people.
Yeah, no, I'm loving the look of it. I love the airflow. I mean, that replaceable head is called a BPDC head. Sounds like all kinds of bondageness going on right there. I don't know what's going on with that, but I want to know what the BPDC stands for.
Well, it says right there, Joe, it says the bottom plane dual coil.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. The bottom plane?
Bottom plane dual coil. So in a way, it's kind of a little redundant because we know they're talking about the bottom plane of the atomizer. So, it's a BDC, right?
I thought it was I'm not going to go there anyway. But yeah, it's getting they're getting it. We're getting into strange subcategories. And so, what are you into? I'm into BPDC. What is that? bottom plain dual coils. You know, it's anyway, it's gonna go off on a tangent we don't want to
Yeah, yeah. I
talk
think you might already be there. The question is, can we pull you back in time?
about. But it's a great. I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. I know the Atlantis, which is from Aspire, is going to be mid to late November. There's already pre-orders on it for $29.99. That's just a straight zero point 0.5 ohm dual coil, uh, non-rebuildable. Well, you can rebuild them, I'm sure, but not like this. And this one, I don't know exactly when it's coming. I stole it. Oh, plain. Somebody said. I thought you said prolapse, Tiger.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that. So was that it for vape mail, Joe?
Yeah, it was a very uninspiring. I've been in the middle of a move, so I haven't really been ordering much as far as vape mail. I just and I haven't been like out there as much as I normally am, and people aren't sending me as much as they used to because of that. So,
Oh my gosh. Well, I was
quite
gonna.
frankly, I'm happy because I threw away almost 900 bottles of juice during the move. It was all 2012, 2013, early 2013 juice.
Right.
Um, so
Well, I did say earlier that I only got that vape mail, but technically, now this isn't vape mail, I guess technically, but it is cool new vape stuff from this week, and I got to, I guess in a way you could call it my first vape meet ever. It was the grand opening of a store here locally, brick and mortar that I was at. That's Zai's Clouds and Vapes, and so I did manage to get a chance to stop in, and I picked up something that I'd had my eye on and was curious about, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get one. So I picked up a Kanger Aero Tank V2, which is like the Mega Revisited. And so I haven't had a chance to use it, but there you are. You're part of the unboxing now. And looks like a pretty,
looks like it looks like an email.
it does. It does a bit. And well, we will have to test drive this later, but I'm impressed with what's in the box. Comes with the steel tank too, for those of you who prefer them. Now, I do prefer the glass, but hey, there are times steel's gonna save your vape for you, so there's a place for that too. Alrighty, so that's all I had to add.
That's it. So
That's it.
so you went to her grand opening. How was it?
It was awesome. I arrived late in the day. My plan was to take my little guy for dinner, and so we showed up later on, closer to closing, and got to visit with a bunch of the locals and meet some people and put faces with names, and it was a lot of fun. Really good. And my little one was able to play in the play area with her little one, so that was terrific and a brilliant idea for them. And got to meet Kriegs again. He was out from Edmonton, so that was a lot of fun. Got to meet Zai and Smoke Eater for the first time, and other hosts here on VapeStrong. I don't know if they'll be back, but they were part of the Vape Night Canada crew for quite some time.
Now, how big was the store?
Oh man, they've got room to spare. She's got a lovely setup actually. When you go in the front door, you are pretty much looking at the front counter, and the staff are there to help you. Off to your right is a beautifully decorated sitting area. She's got a really good look going on. Everything's black and white and red, and it's so crisp and appealing. Off on the left, she's got a pool table set up for folks to enjoy and hang out and vape the day away. And yeah, really nice setup.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, do they have their own juice or?
They're handling other lines. I don't know if she's got her own house brand. But
Hey, Sal, what's up, buddy?
hey, Sa. Always a treat. JoJo's, you're asking me to check my IM hunt. They don't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. The instant messaging on I just lost. Where are we broadcasting from? Vapors TV. Thank you very much. It has never worked for me from day one, so I do apologize. I can't get an IM.
Oh, PDX Jib says, "Hey, I'm gay too, just a female. I need some." You know what? I have to tell you, if you're a gay female, we have a lot in common. Because I am a lesbian trapped in a man's body. Yeah, Jojo, send it to me. I'll send it off to Tiger.
Oh, good grief. Wondering why this thing's not firing. I know it's got battery because I shut it off.
What is this now? Hold on, somebody's sending something.
Oh,
Bending adapter?
you
What does that mean?
now.
Oh, there's an adapter for the iStick. It's kind of cool looking.
An adapter to adapt it to what?
That's a bending adapter. It helps with things being flush. It's pretty interesting looking.
Hmm.
All right, so let's work on deals. Let's do some deals.
You want to do some deals?
Yeah.
Well, let's start. And I just have entirely too many windows open. So we will grab a link first. And I'm going to drop this in the room. They're getting harder and harder to find, folks. If you are in the market for some Sony batteries, excellent batteries for sub-ohming on, granted, these are not the VTC4s or 5s. These are the slightly older VTC3s. You know what? That's all I've ever used. I never did get my hands on any of the VTC4s or 5s. This is what I use in a lot of my sub-ohm stuff, and I'm very happy with them. They're a great battery. So wake up, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had any coffee today. It's been I've been up since 8 o'clock this morning, so I
Oh
am
no,
extremely.
I'm just reading from the room. They're
All right,
telling me
no,
to
no,
tell
he's
you.
right. I need to wake up. I need somebody to come over and slap me in the face, wake me up. But Joe needs a cup of Joe. You're absolutely right. 150% right. Oh yeah, so Sony VTC batteries at $8.99 a piece. Good deal. 30 amp batteries, very hard to find. VTC threes are. I have never heard of a counterfeit of a VTC three. Why? Because why would you counterfeit a VTC three when you can counterfeit a VTC four or five?
No.
It's kind of like counterfeit the Ferrari. Don't counterfeit a Pinto. I mean, these will do the job that you need them to do. 30 amp battery is safe, reliable. Now, who is selling these? Is this a
Um,
eBay deal or?
this is an eBay deal, in fact. Yes.
Okay, good. So if eBay's been the new baby of the vaping community for a while now
Hmm.
because you get that 45-day guarantee.
Right.
So if you do suspect any fraudulent things, they'll give you your money back. You have that whole recourse you can go down. PayPal disputes and all that stuff. So
And
you get a little more protection.
do be careful. Keep track of dates. Watch for that 45 days to come up as it gets near. If you're not, if you have concerns, talk to the vendor. If they're telling you wait, and trying to push you past that date, open a dispute right away.
Yeah.
One of two things will happen. You'll either extend your protection by opening that, or your product will show up and you can close it. But a lot of I've seen that before where vendors are, oh well, it's shipped and I'm sorry and this and that, and they've got a million reasons. They sound really great. All they're trying to do is push you past that 45 days, at which case you won't hear from them again. So anyway, little eBay caution.
Yep. So yeah, check out that deal. I think it's a good deal. I mean, these are gonna run out too, and you're not gonna be able to get them. So if you're looking for 30 amp batteries, look no further. They're there.
Indeedy. All right. Well, I kind of slid into my chair here at the last second, so I didn't have time to do all the prep I usually do, but I did line up a few things I knew I wanted to tell you about. And then from there, we can talk about whatever comes up. So let me line up the next one for you. This is something that I really wasn't that familiar with until this deal came up. And then I started looking into it. Now, this isn't necessarily a really, really new thing. It's a newer thing for sure, but this isn't bleeding edge here. This is the authentic, mind you. This is not a clone. This is the authentic Aspire K1 BBC. That's a bottom vertical coil. And I'm hearing all kinds of great things about these. Just today at the meet, someone was telling me these coils are a total win. Aspire is just breaking pack, making these BBCs. So the authentic. Now this is the ego threaded, so it's kind of like what do I want to say? It's almost like an ego threaded mini Nautilus in a way, but the heads are different. It does not take the Nautilus heads. This is a different head. This is a K1 head. I was confused about that earlier, but I did get a correction, so we changed the post. But this has the ego threading, so this is
I have one
ideal.
sitting right in my hand.
Oh, do you know? And so it is sized perfectly for the ego batteries at just a hair over 14. Yeah, right.
I paid $12 for mine.
Okay. So at
Uh,
736, that is a heck of a deal.
let's see if it's flush. Here's a Fast Tech Ego Twist. Let's see. It's slightly, I mean slightly fatter. You can barely
Yeah.
see it. But it's a pubic hair size fatter than the Ego. Actually, it's not. Where it's actually flush to the battery. The center portion where the button is it's not as fat, but it's actually flush to the battery. The battery portion here.
Hmm.
The center is a little.
Yeah, the center on those particular batteries is always just a little tiny bit squeezed in.
But I have another Ego Twist here that's a big fatty 2200 mAh, and she's pretty good looking. I actually like these. The reason why I bought this, I have really no juice in here to vape it right now. The reason why I bought this was it looked so cool. The way they do these heads, and there's no way you're gonna be able to see this. They actually, when you put the head in and it locks into place, it almost the head itself looks like a belt buckle. It's a really prominent feature of the Clearomizer. I mean, it really stands out. It sits there and it tells you, the ohm rating and what it is, and it's just in your face. And I thought it was really neat. It was like, I'm ego and I'm proud. You know what I mean? I'm an ego Clearomizer and I'm proud of it. I thought it was a really, really neat. While I vaped it, it was really nice. Like I said, I haven't filled this up in a while. All my ego batteries are kind of dead since I did the move, so I'd probably vape this and get a wisp of vapor and make everybody hate it. I pretty much won't try to attempt to vape this, but when I did buy it, it was very good. I mean, when I did use it.
Alrighty. Well, I thought they looked like a win, and as impressed as I've been with the Mini Nautilus, I thought it would be nice to have a couple of these on hand for those times you do just want to carry a stick battery. It's just the simplest and easiest thing to grab.
Right. Okay.
Alrighty.
I have something that popped called the Monstro.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I'm going to put that in the room. Now, somebody was asking, what the hell, what's a Monstro?
Indeed.
Well, it's actually kind of a cool setup. Basically, it reminds me of it reminds me a little bit of what the Polniak used to do, where you used to have shirt and pants.
Right.
So what this is it's a copper tube.
Oh, it's cute.
And it has four. They're calling them shirts. 4 shirts. two 18650 shirts, two 18500 shirts. Basically, it's all cake decorated. You know, you want a white mod, a black mod, a copper, a bronze or a smoky silver. You'll have that option.
Cuter.
And for $26.57, I think it's a great bargain. You know, tube mods aren't very popular these days. You know, people are starting to move away to more box mods, but stuff like this I like because you get such a different. You get just tons of accessories and things like that, and you're getting more for your money. And I think that's the way to go. I'm looking at the chat for just a second there. Yeah, it's kind of. I know he says like the changeling, kind of like the changeling too. All these styles, I like. I also like the logo on these things. I think they're pretty badass. So basically, you're getting like 4 mods for the price of 1, technically. I mean, you're not gonna have 4 separate mods, but you can have 4 different looks for the same price. And for $26, I mean, can you go wrong? Comes in a nice box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Way
really.
to go.
And, you know, not merely the option of 4 colors, but also the option of 2 different battery sizes represented there.
Right. Exactly. Somebody just put in the Changeling rubber. Look at that one. Yeah, Changeling kind of had the same premise. I would just call the Changeling an earlier version of this. All right, so that is my deal. Tiger, what you got?
I'm just getting ready to drop that link. There we go. So for those of you rebuilders in the room, this excited me. Now there's lots of coil building jigs and stuff on the out there available to us. I finally just picked up one, and I confess I still haven't even used it. One of the little ones that's got all the different pegs. It's a small aluminum assembly and the 2 thumb screws to secure the wire and the pegs. It looks clever enough, and there's a new one out that looks really clever, but you cannot beat this deal for price. Under $3. And this honestly is the only tool you would need. The others are, there's a Cadillac one out available. RBA Supplies in the States is handling that right now, and it's a beauty. If you want something really, really decadent, go on over to rbasupplies.com, check them out, check out the coil winder up there, and it's interesting, but it ain't $3. Okay, this has graduated. I'm going to use my mouse pointer here so it'll help you see it. This has graduated, I guess for lack of a better term, metal dowel rod here, and they get smaller and smaller as you go out. The nice part is the millimeters are marked right on here, so you know what the different graduations are. I use one of these tools. Mine just has a rubber handle, so I don't see that. It's just guesswork. I look, I go, yeah, that's the size I want this time. This actually gives you the numbers, so you know what you're doing, and you can repeat it. It's such a simple tool. There's nothing to take apart, put back together, box up. It just goes in a little pack of tools that I use with tweezers and so forth for rebuilding. So convenient. There you go, $3. So I'm a big fan of this one. It's the little things, people. Really, it is sometimes.
And for $2, it's a really great deal. Or is it $2? Well, actually, it's like $2.
It's $2.96. I've been saying for
I'm sorry,
$3.
Oh, so $3. My bad. For $3, it's not a bad deal. I mean,
No,
come on.
no, I paid more for the one I have.
So basically, how do you use that? You just kind of wrap your coil around that area and just spin it?
I've just got my wire in my hand. I pinch it with a thumb and start winding where I want to, and I just keep pushing it around, not holding and wrapping, because that's when you twist it. I just keep pushing it around. Pardon me. Still got a bit of that cough, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, so great little brilliant little item for $3.
Yep.
Almost looks like a prison shank, doesn't it?
Well,
Like you just hold it, just like.
oh dear.
This isn't a knife, officer. This is just a little coil jig. What are you talking about?
Alrighty, I don't know what to say after that. This show just took a turn for the darker.
All right. So, do you have anything else,
Joe's
Tyler?
got murder on the brain.
I always do.
I do. I'm gonna drop another link in here and show you another one that I thought was pretty noteworthy from the last little while, and that's the CEO styled RDA. So this is a replica, and they've left you no doubt. For those clamoring for it, here it is, logo free. No logo on this one. So, certainly not as contentious with certain groups of vapors, but all the function. Now, I like the deck on this. Now, the picture here isn't too big. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just stretch it just a little so you guys can appreciate this with me. Yeah, okay. What else is giving me heck? There we go. Yeah, just lean over a little, Joe. It's kind of crowding you there. Um, if you can see on the deck here, it's got that funny T-shaped positive that we're seeing in some other atomizers now. But here, what they've done is instead of just simply drilling holes for you to feed your coil wires through, they've put a full slot in that the screw inside the Allen key screw inside comes down and makes contact with pushes into place. It allows all kinds of possibilities, thick, twisted, mangled, whatever wire builds, multiple flat wire builds. I'm seeing a lot of that now. Wrapped flat wire builds. Lots of possibilities here. And of course, the negative posts on either side here, here, and here are milled into the deck. They're not going to spin. They're not going to pull out. They're not friction fit or anything like that. It's milled in. That says durability and usability.
Right.
And those have very large holes through them as well to again house however you want to build it out. I also there's another one about this I like. Now we've seen lots of two-part caps that allow you the adjustable airflow, no drilling involved. They've taken it a step further with this one. This is a three-part, not a two-part cap. And again, I'll use the mouse pointer to help me out. This is the bottom part of your cap. Now you'll notice there's threading up there. This is the airflow control ring that'll set down over. And then this part comes up and top and threads in. Now that allows, at first people are like, oh no, threaded cap, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 listen. What that allows you to do is lock your airflow control ring in place. No more spinning it accidentally with your thumb and getting a dry hit almost because you can't get any air. And it's a brilliant way to set your airflow exactly where you wanted it and lock it in. You just tighten that a little bit more and then the airflow control ring can't spin. It's still a friction fit cap. Look at your deck. You've got the two O-rings right there. That entire cap assembly, once assembled to your liking, can be left that way. You just pull the whole thing off as a unit. So I don't know. And then to top it all off, a copper 510 pin. I looked at this. I thought for under $11, that atomizer is just all kinds of wins.
That
So
that airflow reminds me of a quasar a little bit.
a little bit, a little bit. These are actually even a longer Cyclops style slot than the Quasar offers. But yeah, that same horizontal Cyclops style.
Yeah, really nice for $10.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've put all kinds of thought into this. Oh, and I didn't even mention the top. We're not done yet. Wait, there's more. At the top, you've got two heat sink fins. That's going to help keep things cool, keep some of the heat away from your lits. They've gone one step further. Inside, you will find now I believe that's Delrin, insulator to insulate your drip tip from the heat as well. So, if you just love your metal drip tips, but you hate using them with hot drippers and you don't like the look of an insulator between, here you go. Your insulator is built into the cap and it will help keep that heat down because your drip tip now is no longer in contact with the other metal, even if it is metal itself.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, just they did it all right. far as I'm concerned.
They did it all right.
They did it all right.
And for $10, I think they did it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so I got a bit of news rather than a deal.
Oh, what's your name?
My news is the DNA 40's been cloned.
Alrighty. Now that is a puzzling move, Joe. Why, in your estimation, would China go out of their way to clone when there's so many hot products that are much more on the bleeding edge of the technology? Why would they clone a DNA 40 that we've, that in the community has been pretty much accepting as too little, too late?
Because they want to sell it. They want a HANA clone. Because what they did was
Okay.
they cloned. They didn't clone the. What they did is they really cloned the HANA version 3. And that's what they're offering. They're not selling the chip; they're selling the HANA version 3. And it's that simple. The original HANA version 2, the China sold extremely well. It's sold so well, people are getting sued over it. So what are they going to do? They're going to go out and they're going to clone HANA version 3. The byproduct of cloning the HANA version 3 is cloning the DNA 40. So now, will people go out? Hold on, I think I got to sneeze here. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. I got phlegm everywhere.
Oh,
Um,
wonderful.
the byproduct of cloning the HANA version 3 is cloning the DNA 40. Now, do I think the DNA 40 is too little, too late? Yeah, I think it is. But if I can get the chip for $20, is it worth it? Sure. I mean, the HANA legit version 3 HANA is $250. Who the fuck wants to buy a $250 DNA 40 mod? Especially a HANA.
Right.
I mean, right now, all right, I would consider, if I didn't own a vapor flask, I would probably spend the $300 on a vapor flask DNA 40 version. Not because of the DNA 40, but because of the build quality of the mod it's in. And this is the weird thing about the DNA 40. Anything that's coming out with the DNA 40 that is built really well is selling pretty good. The flasks, the Zero, stuff like that. HANAs, they're languishing. Nobody's buying them. I can tell you 3 websites right now. You can go right now and buy the HANA. You can buy the chip right now anywhere. So nobody wants the chip and nobody wants the HANA. But if that chip is inside of a really fucking awesome mod, people will buy it. Because it's the mod that's the selling point, not the actual chip, which is strange because usually it's always been what the guts were and not what the mod was. So it's kind of flipped on its head. And HANA did shoot themselves in the foot by going after vendors for selling clones and stuff like that. And their sales, from what I can see, aren't doing very well because, like I said, I can go to my vapor store right now and buy fucking 20 HANA mods. Whereas last year when the DNA 30s came out, you could not get one for your life. I mean, they were always sold out. The chips, you could never get them. Now you can buy chips all day long. You can buy HANAs all day long. But the important part of this whole temperature control thing. Okay, people want temperature control, blah, blah, blah. Well, now that China has the temperature control technology, who's to say they won't incorporate it in something like the God mod? Or incorporate it into something like the SX 350 or higher. So basically rendering the DNA 40 absolutely useless. I mean, if I can get a 100-watt device with the temperature control, why the fuck would I buy an evolved DNA 40? Right? I mean, its only selling point was the temperature, and that's gone now. I mean, it's been cloned. Who knows how safe the China chip is? Well, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, has anybody heard any problems with any wattage chips coming out of China? I haven't. I mean, we're all using iSticks. We have tons of SXs running around. I have an e-grip. I mean, these are all China-based wattage devices and haven't heard of a single problem with them yet. So I haven't, I think Yeehai or whoever makes the basically the Yeehai is like the Evolve of China. They're the ones making the SX chips. They're doing a great job, from what I can see. Tiger, have you heard of any problems with any wattage chips coming out of China? I mean, I haven't. Nothing. Nothing as far as things blowing up or anything.
No, no, nothing like that. Certainly, I do remember way, 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 way back when the first China Hana clones were coming out. There did seem to be one batch that there was a lot of problems with, mostly out of the box or very shortly after starting to operate it. They were failing, but that was a temporary problem. Seemed to be, one batch of product from one manufacturer, and that got resolved, and the product since has been good. I've got one I'm very happy with.
And people are saying temp control is new. No, temp control is a gimmick. Temperature control is a gimmick. The reason why temperature control is considered, something revolutionary is because they want you to think it's revolutionary. Why? Because wattage has been done 1,000 times over. They need something new. But let me tell you something. The average vapor who's into wattage is not going to be like, I like my cotton at 410 degrees. Nobody's going to be like, it's too complicated. You know what I mean? People just want to go click, 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 click. Oh, that's a good spot, and vape. To start getting into temperature control, you're like, we're getting into cooking at this point. I mean, literally, like, okay, preheat your mod at 475 degrees for 15 minutes. Insert your juice, and hit the fire button for 10 seconds. I mean, it's ridiculous. People just want to vape, and it gets way, way, way too complicated. And honestly, I mean, people think I'm nuts for believing this, and I'm not the only one out there. There's a couple prominent vapors out there that believe that temperature control is a way for Evolve to get into the dry herb market, because that is how the dry herb market runs. It runs on temperature, and it's kind of conspiracy theory-esque, but there's some merit to that. And I'm talking oregano and tobacco. I'm not talking about anything else other than that.
And disturbed vapor. I feel that way sometimes too. Any more advances, and we're going to need an engineering degree to vape. But there is a point where less is more.
Yeah, like, you know what? You know why the iStick is so popular? Because it's cheap and it works. It's the 2 a.m. It's a 2 a.m. fucking go-go dancer. It's just a go-to mod. Sorry, Nick.
I'm just getting the next link lined up. Alrighty.
No, John Q. Public writes, innovation is good, it drives down prices. No, cloning is good because that drives down prices.
Well, you both have points, but... Alrighty. Well, I just dropped a link in the room for these, and I just about glanced right over these. I'm like, oh yay, more Pro Tank-esque stuff, because that's so last month, year, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I looked a little closer, and I think you should too. I know of a lot of people in our community, prominent people who have access to all kinds of products and still are rocking the Pro Tanks. Why? They just love the vape. They love the fact that they can save a pile of money rebuilding those heads and get a better vape out of their rebuilt heads, and just keep using this simple, no-nonsense Pro Tank. Now, those of you who know the Pro Tank know it's heavy, it is solid, it is sturdy. Did I mention heavy? These are aluminum. They've kept the glass tank. It looks like they've got a bit of a smoky glass to it. It looks very attractive, I think. Two colors, black and silver, but it's going to be really lightweight, but with everything we loved about the original Pro Tank styles, both the mini, the skinny, and the larger. Now, they kind of got a little gimmicky when they named these. Of course, the broader shouldered, beefier one is the Mr. Tank. And the long, slender, slim, and sleek version is the Ms. Tank. So there you have it. But these are starting from 637. You can get a box set with the beauty ring and 2 extra coils. It's got one of each of the Mr. or Ms. in your choice of color. For just cents over $15 as well. So there's a bunch of different deals housed in here, but we've taken you to all of the Star Vape styles so you can look and compare and decide what suits you best. Anyway, you know, for the advantage of the lightweight and the great look, I love the anodized aluminum look. I thought for that money, these were definitely worth a look.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think they're neat. You know, revival of a pro tank. I'll be honest with you. When Smart Vapes was doing the brick of pro tank heads for $35, free shipping for 50, I was on Mount Every, and I'm like, I mean, pro tanks themselves aren't the shit, but they work. Like, they're not the best thing in the world, but they're kind of like cartomizers. They just work well. They'll always be the same. You're never gonna have a big issue with them. They vape well. You just put them on a Pro Vari or whatever, and you're off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
Now, somebody puts in the room, innovation is good. How much was a Pro Tank a year ago? I agree with you, but you have to remember too. Vapors have the memory and the attention span of a goldfish. Anything that's new, it'll be dead in as far as its staying power. 90% of the things that come out aren't talked about in 2 months. Like the iStick is really popular right now. In 6 months, nobody will be talking about the iStick.
Yeah. And, admittedly, you don't hear as much about it, but it's amazing to me how many vapors still say they just love their pro tanks. And it's like, okay. Now, I confess, I've never rebuilt one, and I'm hearing that's just terrific. But there you go.
Yeah, I mean, somebody wrote, Son of Sam says, what did you just say, Joe? I said vapors have the attention span and memory of a goldfish. It's just how we are.
He was working with you. He was being your straight man. He was proving your point.
I'm sorry. All right. This is how fucking tired I am.
Yeah, that's why I'm translating for you, Joe.
And I obviously have, I obviously can't pick up on jokes right now.
Joe has no sense of humor. Joe's sense of
I
humor
have the
went
sense
to
of
bed
humor of a
2 hours
goldfish
ago.
I have the sense of humor of a goldfish right now. But that's just how we roll here. I mean, you can have, and some things transcend. Don't get me wrong. Things like the Nemesis mechanical, things like the MVP, Ego batteries. They seem to always be around. They always seem to kind of be there and work well. But other things, I call it, they twinkle and then they wrinkle. You know what I mean? It's just they're here 1 minute, they're awesome, and then they just suck. Nobody talks about them anymore. Yeah, by like January, the iStick will be gone. Nobody will be talking about it. It'll be like they'll have a 50-watt version of it.
Oh, yeah. I think they'll last longer than January, Joe. It's just such a terrific carry with or entry level device. This is just, it's changed how I look at starting a serious person.
Well, yeah, but they'll have but they'll have like 2 more versions of it by then.
Well, okay.
Like the iStick 50 will be out. I mean, the iStick 20, people are like, what? 20? Get the fuck out. I don't want no 20 watt. I 50 watt. That's just, things come so quick. I remember when the first lava tube came out, that thing was around for like a year. I mean, that thing was around forever, and then all of a sudden, as soon as, I think what started this whole trend of craziness was the mechanical market, because they were pumping out mechanicals. When Sigelli came out with 38 flavors of mechanicals.
Was it 38? It was Sigelli that you're thinking of, but I just can't remember how many.
Yeah, they had that whole like I was ordering ice cream. They had the no, I'm wrong. I was like ordering Chinese takeout. It was like, I'll take a number 6 with fried rice. It was just all lined up, and they had numbers on top of it.
And Big Bam, I see your question. I'm just checking on it JoJo seemed to have a question for you, Joe.
What? What's
I'm
that?
not sure.
And if you sent me an IM, judges, I haven't gotten it yet. I think I'm having problems too.
Absolutely, Big Bam. That deal on the iStick is still good. They seem to have stock. So
One more.
that was actually over at Vapor DNA. I'm just going to share the blog link here. Copy. Out of stock? What? Okay, I'm going back there. I'm going back there.
I got a spot, but it's USA only. Wait, I gotta see if they're in stock. Hold on.
It's letting me now. They don't have black or silver, but it's letting me add fuchsia or blue to the cart.
Oh, there you go.
So here we go. I'll give you the blog link. Hang on. Whoa. Um, my mouse is acting funny. I think maybe the batteries are getting tired because wow, we got crazy things going on here tonight. Oh, and yeah, okay. I should have just looked up while I was struggling. Thank you, Big Bam. Always quicker than me. Alrighty. Well, let me just queue up. Speaking of Big Bam helping out, I got a message before the show as I sat down to prep, alerting me to a great deal that Big Bam had their ear to the ground and wanted you guys to know about. So we're going to talk about it tonight on the show. There we go. Now I don't have a picture of this handy right now, and this will be featured on the blog, but you guys tonight are getting advance notice of this one. This is the slug styled mod. It has the wooden tube, and it's a beauty. Let me see if I can find a different image from somewhere that I can share with you. Big heavy brass. It's got a steampunk-esque look to it without being like brazenly steampunk. So if you kind of like that look, but you don't want to be too obvious, a little understated about it, this is going to really
Yeah, it's not
excite you.
shockingly. It's not shockingly steampunk.
Yeah, like there's no gears and dials and stuff welded onto it, but it's still a pretty smart looking. Here we go.
Yeah, I used one in real life. They're actually kind of cool.
Okay. Now, it's a little bit unfair of me to share this. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is not the picture from this vendor, but it is the picture of the slug style replica. So I'm going to cheat a little and show you guys this, just so that you have something to go on if you haven't clicked the link yet.
Yeah, the original was a Pinoy mod, and I remember, Jesus, only a few months ago being in a Hangout, somebody was talking about these coming out, and now they're already cloned. I used one at BCCTM. They're actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Big, beefy, definitely a big, beefy mod.
There we go. Okay. So, and this is not, of course, the correct price right now. The price, as we put in the chat, when you use the coupon code, brings it down to $35.13. So, that's a considerable savings over a reasonable priced competitor. Very
Mm-hmm.
reasonable priced competitor. At $41.71, it was a good price. Let's put it that way.
Now, somebody was in the room saying that Fast Tech is starting to raise their prices. This isn't the first time people started saying that. Do you remember that, Tiger? This was many, many, many months ago, probably
Yeah.
almost a year ago.
Yeah.
They were like, Fast Tech's raising their prices. And the first thing me and Tiger said, well, then Fast Tech won't get pimped. That's simple. If Fast Tech stops being the cheapest, then they won't get pimped.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, the only reason why I pimp them is they're the cheapest and they have the biggest variety. But if I've noticed though, I haven't seen Fast Tech really raise something like they may start off expensive but then drop the price.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen that.
but I've never seen them have a lower price um, and then raise it. At least I've never. I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen that. I don't know. Have you, Tiger?
I have seen where they've made a correction, where something was one price for about 40 minutes, and then it was like, whoops, somebody caught
Right,
it,
right.
and stuff like that. But no, for the most part, I have
Good.
seen price drops. What I see typically is they will get in the exact same product. Like you cannot discern the difference, and you're going, what is the difference? But the price is a few cents different, and it's almost like they've just recreated the items so that they can do the new pricing structure, but it's really just represents the same product but a renegotiation with their supplier.
Right.
So yeah, I have seen prices drop with time. Yeah.
Now somebody says, "Can you still buy VCT4s at Fastech?" I'll tell you something about Fastech and batteries. You can still buy batteries at Fastech. However, you must go with Hong Kong Surface, which means it goes by boat.
Yeah.
You're waiting a month to 45 days. So, if you want to buy a shit ton of batteries and don't mind the wait, by all means go and do it. Because you'll save a ton of money buying batteries on Fastech. However, as a vapor, our our memories and such are like goldfish, as well as our attention spans, as well as our patience.
Okay, yeah, patience. Well, the thing is this, there's another way around this one, Joe, and that is DHL is a licensed battery carrier as well, and I understand that is still an option. So if you're going to go the option where you're saying order a bunch of them at once, make it worth your while. I say go in with your friends, make it worth your while, and opt for DHL shipping. When you're splitting it between a few of you, it's not going to be that painful, but it's going to be so fast and reliable. So,
Somebody's putting in the room. Oh, Joe, giant, the giant at Vapor Beast. There's 107 sold um, out of 200. You want to know why 107 sold out of 200? Because I have it up, and there's the link. um, they have the Aerotank Giant for $14 and 98 cents. Now, Vapor Beast doesn't sell to Canada. I wasn't going to bring this up, but somebody else did.
oh well, we do have a lot of American viewers. We got to talk about some of these things. I understand we try to, weigh everything to our Canadian and international viewers as well to include them, but there's going to be a few, right?
For for $14.98, you're gonna get yourself an authentic Kanger Giant, Airtank Giant. Fantastic. I have one. They're big. They're beefy. These things were $40 when they went live.
Yeah.
Uh, so $14.98. Are you kidding? Um, if you buy, I think if you buy two of them, shipping is free.
Oh
Um,
wow, that helps
so
too.
get them. Get on it. Get on that shit. Now these are really built for a 26,650 mod. So something like the what was it, the work with me, Tiger, what is it, the 20 watt and the 30 watt 26,650 devices.
Regulated?
Yeah, the I sent you the 30. I told you it was like a mandolin with all the slits in it.
Oh, now you just made me go totally blank too. What is that thing
I
called?
has
Um,
730 and 722.
yes, thank you. Whoa.
These are perfect
I,
for
I
the
was visioning it. I could even see the dragon on the side and everything.
I have one, actually. I have one.
Not completely unsimilar to the E-Huge, Merrick, but the E-Huge is different from the 730 and 722.
These fit perfect. I mean, these were a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
They just flush and perfect and wonderful.
It's like they came out of the same factory and they just made it to complement because, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just ideal. They belong together.
Yeah, do not spend $99 on a 722. Could probably get them for $50 these days. All right, I have to run and get something to drink. I'm so thirsty. I will be right back.
Alrighty. Well, let's close that down. Go back to the screen. And somebody earlier said that, I'm just looking at it now, said that Joe's new avatar on Google looks a little like an angry Tom Selleck. Actually, I added the angry part, but I think I can stand behind that statement. A little bit of an angry Tom Selleck going there. A puzzled Magnum PI. Hmm. Angry Burt Reynolds. Yeah, I can see it. Doctor Strange. Now I don't even know who that is. So, no, John Q. Public. I am Spartacus. No coil builders. I haven't tried the Carmelo. I'm not a really big tobacco vapor. The only one I typically have on hand is a menthol tobacco, just in case, like in the last little while, I've got a cold or something like that. That really helps ease it. And I completely used up my supply on this last cold I just got over. Yeah, absolutely. Well, by all means, share the link. Let's do this. This is one of my favorite places to get juice. Flavors spot on, and I love the practices, and I know how this guy does things. This is my co-host on Friday nights. This is Dark Side Vapor or Corey Rutan. Dark Side Creations. They're DSV Creations. There you go. Um, really good e-juice. So, or as he puts it, damn good e-juice. Mm, good choice, Jim. I've been vaping the DSV hard today. Chocolate waterfall, um, uh, nice chocolate flavor with a crisp, cool finish. Reminds me of when we went skiing and have hot cocoa and peppermint schnapps afterwards. So does anybody have any questions? Merrick, don't ruin it for me. Oh, okay. I never got to try the Five Ponds Grandmaster, but I am going to give that Jedi Slayer a try in my next order.
Okay, sorry about that. I was dying of thirst. So I heard as I was walking away something about my avatar.
Yeah, we were discussing how you look like a little bit of an angry Tom Selleck, or possibly an angry Burt Reynolds, or maybe just a perplexed Magnum PI, or something along those
No,
lines.
it's the angry porno mustache.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Burt Reynolds, all those guys, they had just porno mustaches. They completely did.
All right. Well, I did open it up to questions right before you got back. One person wants to know if either of us have tried the Klooper T8. I have not. And Vapinator, I'd love to tackle your questions. Where do babies come from? Storks.
Did you guys ever see the I think it was South Park. No, it was Family Guy, and they always trail off into these kind of segues, and they were talking about how the stork, brings the baby. Well, you see this stork fly into this lady's house, and she's like, "It's the stork! Where's my baby?" And then all of a sudden, he takes a light bulb because she has a regular light bulb on, and takes it out of her lamp and puts the red light bulb in, turns it on, and he goes, and with this really deep Barry White voice, he's like, "No, baby, me and you are gonna make the baby." And it was just hilarious.
Okay.
Mm.
Has VaporJoe
No.
visited? All right. Never mind that.
Oh wait, yeah, here it is. Tiger, put it in. It's 18 seconds. Watch it. It's hilarious.
I don't have that technology, Joe. I don't know how to do that. Not nitro. I do have two screens coil builders, but I absolutely do not know how to stream a video source at this moment.
Okay, sorry, I had to watch that video clip. Big Bamboo put it in the room, Tiger. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Tiger, not Nitro.
Okay. Thank you.
New pumpkin pie flavor from Mount Baker. Well, I'm gonna have to get some.
You like the pumpkin flavors?
I've always anything pumpkin I like. I'm wrong. I don't um like pumpkin seeds, but anything sweet pumpkin I like. Pumpkin bread, pumpkin latte, pumpkin pie, pumpkin cake, anything.
I am trying to figure out what I've done here. I think I okay. Well.
Are you out of deals, Tiger?
That was all I had lined up. Did you have another one?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Let me see if this one's still going on. Damn it.
I did promise that when I ran out of organized material, we would fly by the seats of our pants. So you may begin.
People would love to watch you fly by your pants.
Question for you, Joe. Have you tried Moon Mountain Vapors Max VG line? It's the best VAP 12577 has ever had.
No, not their Max VG line. I tried a few of their, like Sweet Mother Mercury and what's the other one? Damn it, there was another one I really like. Cosmos Coster is actually pretty good for a coster, but no, I haven't tried their Max VG. Okay, so I have some news. Another clone. It's been a week of clones really. The clone announcements. I mean, none of these are for sale yet. Well, actually, this one has a pre-order going on for it, but it's quite expensive. It's still news. Right here, the Vicious Ant 250 watt box mod has been cloned. Now this one's it's pretty sexy. The only thing I'm not sure about with this is the fucking rhinestones. I don't know if you guys see that on the second picture, but like the side of it, it's all like blinged out. It's all like Paris Hilton-esque.
All right. Well, let's get some pictures up and share this.
You know, like all right, for the price though, this clone's expensive. It's coming in at about $200. But this is a pretty blinged out. It's like a Liberace mod.
Alrighty. Well, there we go. The first glimpse of it is rather unassuming.
Looks awesome.
So let's move on just a little bit. And yeah, I see what you're talking about there. You definitely got some.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, you know the only thing. Yeah, why they're doing it with the rhinestones? I don't know if the original legit has the rhinestones. I don't know if Vicious Ant would really come out with something with rhinestones all on the side like that. And that Hannah button. What is up with the Hannah button? Really? That little? It's like it's a baby button. All right, Abby Kulchek says, "Sorry, but my hubby. I know he told me he likes my voice. I heard that.
Aw, you got a man crush.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm not sure if Vicious Ant's version has this bling Liberace shit going on, but I think it. I don't think he'd do it. All right, there he goes. No bling.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's right. We got a Joe Mance going on.
Oh my god. Oh.
I like that, sir. I'm going to steal that one from you.
Oh my gosh, I love Albie's comment about this mod. What's with all the bling? Teenage girls can't afford this.
I'm with you on it. I don't know. I really, really don't know what maybe it's to differentiate themselves. I'd rather them just take the board. Somebody just steal the board because looks like you could just take the board out and put it in a man's mod or some.
Hey now.
And if you're gonna bling it out, then fine, bling it out to the head, like the whole fucking thing of bling mod, like the whole thing's just full of rhinestones. But anyway, so that was a bit of news that this was, and this performs 10 watts higher. This goes to 260 watts.
Ooh.
So. Well, somebody's saying it's two different mods. Look at the size difference. This could be two pictures pasted together, though. Let me. Uh, uh, the way I see it, I don't know if it's shadowing or not, but it almost looks like it's two different pictures pasted together. But I see what you're saying. They'd have to be two different mods. I agree. But why would they show it like that? Tiger, would you vape that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm so practical. I think of things being easy to keep clean and take care of and not have rhinestones fall off. So I don't know.
And again, if you look at the mod, all the chips are sandpapered. You know why they do that, right?
To remove the identifying information.
Correct. So, a little sneaky, but they do it. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not so keen on this. I mean, where are we going? Where are we going at 250 watts, Tiger? Are we going to be pushing the 300 watts? Are we literally going to start
Joe.
vaping legal vape?
I don't know, Joe. It's already kind of like crazy ability for the average vapor. So
let's just go. Let's just start. Let's just do the 1 megawatt. I mean, let's just do it, okay? 1,024 watts will give us a megawatt. No, sorry, kilowatt. Let's just go with a kilowatt, shall we? Then we can move into the mega, and then giga, and then a terawatt. I want a terawatt mod.
And Big Bam is right. We handled two questions at once there and never jumped back to the Kluber T8. Did you have anything to share about that one, Joe?
Nope. As far as me using it, no, I've never, not yet. I'm more interested in the T6. I like the 26650 version. It's 50. It's 100 watts. It's not it's not 150. But I like the idea of a 26650. I'm a big 26650 kind of guy. I've always been that way. And 100 watts is plenty for me. I mean, shit. I have a 50 watt that I never bring past 40. All right, let's see what else do I got up there. Do I have anything else exciting and interesting? I do have a spot. Well, let me see if it's still in stock.
Big Bam. I did blog the T8, but I don't have any personal experience with it. I haven't had one in hand or gotten to use it. It looks interesting to me. I will say this about it. Let me just jump over there. That was just recently. For 150 watts, at that price point, they're in the market. I think it was interesting enough to put on the blog. Now, that's not like super deal material yet to me, considering what it is. But I will say a lot of nice things about it. First of all, I love the magnetic back. Let me see if I can share a picture of this with you guys. I didn't have this one queued up, so just bear with me while I capture it from the blog. There we go. Now you guys can follow along with me and see what I'm talking about. What I did, no, don't worry, we will fix that and not cover Joe up with the T8.
Oh, you can cover me up. It's okay. I
Are
could
you
do all kinds.
hiding?
I could do all kinds of lewd things behind that graphic, and nobody would know.
Oh no. We will let them see your mug. There we go. Okay. So, first of all, they do give you a lot of extra stuff in the box. You've got your charge cable, you've got a wall wart, you've got the screwdriver necessary, you've got extra screws and extra magnets. I really like that idea because sometimes one of them will let go, and then what do? They're an odd shape. So I love that they included those. Now, here's what really attracted me. They show you inside the case, and I love what they've done here. That insert, that battery tray essentially covers up all of your wiring. It's clean, it's neat. There's nothing to get, caught or anything like that. Nice. I love the way the battery bays are. Just, you know, easy to get your batteries in and out of. Some of them are a nightmare, and you practically need a pry bar to get, the battery out. I don't enjoy that. Lots of information on the screen, and of course giving you the temperature of the internals, not your atomizer. Now that we have temperature control, don't be confused about this. They're just letting you know the health of your device with that setting now. So overall, I like what I'm seeing with the T8, but I don't have any personal experience or haven't heard anything that I can pass on to tell you. Is this a winner or not?
I really hate when they place the damn logo of the mod right on the center of the mod. Like, when Sigelli came out with their mechanicals and they just put Sigelli on their mechanical, it's like, you're killing it. Don't put Clowper T8 in big bold white letters on a red mod. Leave that alone. Like, put it maybe somewhere small on the side or something. My God, can it be any bigger?
Yeah, well,
That's the only thing I don't like about it. Aesthetically, it's like, damn.
Now, Abby Coolchick said that she heard that the Kloopers is changing their volts from a high of 14 to 7.5. Have you heard anything about that, Joe?
No,
That's news to me.
that would be strange. Because then how's it going to go to 150 watts?
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe on other mods, I'm not sure. Albie has some input, though. He's heard the magnets work great and that the build quality on this puppy is great as well. So there you go. 150 watts now. When I'm hearing feedback like that, this gets to be a better and better deal.
Well, yeah. I mean, one thing I've noticed is the China mods are getting expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we were talking about FastX rating the prices, but I think they're starting to realize that they have some value. They're not just $25 devices anymore. And I think, and we have 5 minutes left. I was talking to a few people in the industry, and they're getting scared. There's a lot of mod makers out there that are just like, they got to go work at a gas station because that whole area, that industry is dead. Like, they're just mod makers and addy makers. China is starting to come out with such great things by themselves. I mean, clones are there, but if you've noticed over the last 2 or 3 months, the trend has been China's coming out with their own legit shit. If you've noticed, the Clone War conversation has slowly, not ended, but slowly have come to this. It's just slowed down. It's not. No, they're not. It's not running anymore. Now it's more of a fast walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And China's been coming out with their own addies. I mean, you've seen the Mutation X. Well, the Mutation X is American designed, but it's made in China. but just all the ones that Infinite's coming out with, and all those uh, e-cigar and all them, they're coming out with their own stuff. Clouper and all the and Hot Sig and all them coming out with their own box mods. That one company just came out with their own wooden mechanical mod. This is all legit, China legit. I don't know. I guess you call it legit because it's not a clone anymore. But the Clone War conversation is just slowly coming to a halt because there's not a lot of new mods coming out from the American mod makers. So there's not much for China to clone, and then China just fills that void with their own stuff, and it's really not bad.
All right, I'm going to jump back to the feature screen just because Big Bam wanted to share this one. It is funny, and I will give you that. We've missed a few shows, though. We missed talking to you about the new pineapple.
Yeah, Tiger, what is up with this? Now this is a prime example of really awesome shit coming out of China.
I don't know. I think if you've got a luau to go to, you owe it to yourself to have a pineapple mod. There is an extension to let you use an 18650 battery, but the pineapple itself houses an 18500 battery, complete with anodized aluminum trim and a matching rebuildable dripping atomizer. So when you're all done with your luau, you can sit back in your lawn chair and
I could totally
enjoy a great drip vape from your pineapple.
I could totally see you vaping this with a lay-on and a grass skirt. I can see you doing this.
Well, I was
yeah, Tiger, you need a coconut bra is what you need. You need a coconut bra and a nice skirt. I mean, and a grass skirt, and this, and Chiquita Banana hat on too.
Oh, yeah, okay, already, sure thing. I was thinking more that I wish they'd come out with this several weeks earlier because when Disneyland's was all done up for Tiki Days and had her little pineapple purse, it was like, oh my goodness, that girl needed a pineapple vape.
Yeah, and if you don't use it as a mod, you can just empty it out and just dump like juice in there and put an umbrella and it'll be a fucking umbrella drink. Yeah, and you can only vape fruity vapes in it.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, I think it's kind of ridiculous, but China in of itself is kind of ridiculous. So,
well, I don't know if there's anything left to accomplish. We've talked deals, we've talked news, we've talked new rollouts, vape mail, and we've made Big Bam Boob laugh and cry. Mission accomplished. I'm out.
Well, Tiger, I'll just make sure when they come out with the vegetable like zucchini mod or whatever, we'll make sure all the ladies get one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the calabash.
Oh no, you gotta go a long way to be worse than the calabash.
It would just have to be the turd mod. That's all it would have to be, the turd mod.
You just wait, Joe. It's coming.
I mean, there's no, I basically at this point they're just like, let's stick a 510 connection in the battery in this thing, and whatever it is, it's fine. The zucchini mod is at dual 26650. It may have to be for the zucchini mod.
Alrighty. Well, did you have any other words of wisdom to share, Joe?
Zucchini mod. No. No, head over to vapingunderground.com, the finest forum in vaping. The next generation of vaping. It's where the standard of e-cigarette forums is being made. The next standard. The new standard. The best standard.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's a wrap.
Yes. A prolapse mod. Sam, go to a doctor, buddy. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week, everybody. Good to see you again. Good to be back. And vape on, vape strong.